Hey there, Seb by the REALTOR here. In this video, I'm going to explain why it is so important for you, the homeowner, to pre-inspect your property before you put it on the market. If you want to understand how this is crucial to getting the best price possible for your home in the Bay Area, you definitely want to watch this video. Now, when it comes to home inspections or termite inspections or roof inspections or any kind of inspection, a lot of people think that this is the buyer's responsibility. So why are we talking about having a seller pre-inspect their home before they put it on the market? And that is a very good question. Do you know that this is common practice in the Bay Area, but it is not common practice in most of the rest of the country? In Southern California, they weren't doing this until just the past 5 or 10 years, and I don't think it is universal in Southern California either, but in the rest of the country, it is very uncommon for a seller to do a pre-inspection of their home, and I just don't get it because it is really, really important, and it's really a smart idea, which is probably why it originated right here in the Bay Area, home to a whole bunch of really smart people. So look, here's the deal. Yes, the buyer is responsible for doing their own inspections, right? The buyer has an obligation to do their due diligence on every property, and that includes doing inspections. So if the seller does their own inspections, that does not remove the buyer's responsibility to do their own inspections anyway. But a funny thing is that when the seller does their inspections, you know what happens? Most of the time, the buyers won't even do any inspections whatsoever. They will just take the inspection reports that the seller provides, look them over, and agree to take the property as is. So a lot of sellers think that when they get their inspections, they're looking for things to fix. And in some cases, you may want to fix some of the things on the inspection report, especially anything which is health or safety related, like leaking pipes or unsafe electrical conditions, that kind of thing. But most of the time, when a seller gets a pre-inspection report, the seller is not going to be doing any of the myriad improvements that the inspection reports call for. That is because the seller really just wants to sell the home as is. They want to disclose to the buyer everything that can be known about the condition of the property and get the buyer to accept it as is without asking the seller to do any of the things which are called out for in the home inspection, termite inspection, roof inspection, AD inspection, mold inspection, whatever kind of inspection that there might be. The idea is the seller will not have to do any of that work or even negotiate any of it if they just give those reports to the buyer up front. Now, the purchase agreement, when a buyer makes an offer on your home, they will in almost all cases be making an as-is purchase offer. They're going to agree to buy your home as is without you having to do any kind of work on the property, no repairs or any price reductions or issue any credits for any repairs the buyer may feel is necessary. But here's the thing, if you don't do those inspections, the buyer is for sure going to do their own inspections. And what are they going to do when they do their inspections? They're going to come up with a big long list of things they didn't know about your house, and they're going to say, I didn't know it needed X, Y, and Z. I want you to give me a credit, or I want you to do a repair, or I want you to lower the price of the property to reflect the repairs that I think the property needs. Now, you will have none of that, or very, very little of that, if you provide those home inspection reports to the buyer up front before they even make an offer on the property. Not only that, when you give the buyer those inspection reports up front, they will probably not even need to have any kind of inspection period at all. They will waive their inspection contingency. They will not do any due diligence on the property, and the lawyers will tell you all day long, that's really dumb. Buyers should always have a due diligence period. And some lawyers will even say, hey, sellers, you don't want to go into contract with a buyer unless they do have a due diligence period. But I think that most sellers greatly prefer to have a contract where the buyer has no inspection period, because when a buyer has an inspection period, it's not just for certain specific items on the property. No. An inspection period is anything. If there's any objection that the buyer may have to any condition in the property whatsoever, they'll be able to cancel the contract. There's no dispute, there's no debate. They will get their deposit back and they will be on their merry way. And what does that leave you with the seller? That leaves you with a property that has fallen out of contract. All the initial excitement around your property is gone. All those buyers who were at first interested are gone. And now everyone is wondering, what's wrong with this property? Why did it fall out of contract? And the answer is nothing is wrong with the property. property. It's a typical ordinary property, and I'm sure it had a few things because every property, even new construction, in fact, sometimes especially new construction, will have a lot of issues. So that is nothing that is uncommon whatsoever, but perception oftentimes is reality. And so if the market is perceiving there's a problem with your property, you are probably going to end up selling your home for tens of thousands of dollars less, or in some cases, hundreds of thousands of dollars less than if you had simply ponied up the $1,000 or $2,000, or in some cases as much as $3,000 to get those inspections done up front. I guarantee you that if you do those inspections up front, you will have a much greater chance of getting an offer that is completely non-contingent, where the buyer has no contingencies whatsoever. You will get more offers on your property because buyers won't have any question about what they're buying, and more offers always leads to a higher price and better terms for the seller. Hey, before I go any further, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please click that little bell to get a notification every time I put up a brand new fun fact-filled video kind of like this one. And if you would give me a like and a share, that would be really awesome too. So do yourself a favor, make sure that you do all of those standard inspections up front before you put your home on the market, and include them in the disclosure package so the buyer knows exactly what they're offering on, and there won't be any kind of renegotiation over these penny ante picayune inspection findings. All right, that is all I have for this video. I do hope you have enjoyed watching it, and if you have enjoyed it, I'm guessing, just a guess, that you might also enjoy some of these videos over here. These are some of the most popular videos here on my YouTube channel, so please do take a look. All right, that's all I have for this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and please stay tuned.